Right now, inside your body, there's a hidden conversation happening. It's this constant back and forth between two of your most important organs, and it could be the key to understanding, well, everything from your energy levels to your risk for chronic disease. So today, let's talk about the incredible liver-gut axis.
So let's just start with this question. What if your gut and your liver have a secret conversation that's literally running the show when it comes to your health? It sounds a little out there, right? But scientists are realizing this dialogue is very real, and it might just be the most important factor in whether we stay healthy or not. And we're going to dive right into it.
So what is this liver-gut axis exactly? Okay, think of it like a direct hotline between your gut and your liver. They are constantly sending messages back and forth, through the blood, through bile, and get this, even using the trillions of microbes in your gut as tiny little messengers. It is a constant two-way street of information.
To really wrap our heads around this, let's first look at the physical connection. It's like a hidden superhighway running inside all of us that basically makes these two organs inseparable.
Okay, check this out. Around 70%, that's 70, of the blood that flows into your liver doesn't come from your heart or the rest of your body. It comes directly from your gut. It all travels through this one special blood vessel called the portal vein, and that is the superhighway we're talking about.
So, how does this highway actually work? Well, first up, your gut absorbs everything from the food you eat. The good stuff, the bad stuff, all of it. Then the portal vein acts like this massive conveyor belt, carrying everything straight to the liver. And finally, the liver steps in as the ultimate security checkpoint, filtering it all and deciding what's safe enough to be released to the rest of your body.
But here's where it gets really interesting. It's not just nutrients getting sent up this highway. Your gut is also broadcasting a constant stream of messages. And the broadcasters? Oh, they're just the trillions of microbes living in there, acting like one massive biochemical factory.
And this factory, it kind of has two different production lines. On one, it's making all these amazing beneficial compounds, like short-chain fatty acids, that help calm inflammation. But on the other line, it can churn out some really harmful inflammatory signals. The most famous one is called an endotoxin, or LPS, which is basically a tiny piece of a bacterial cell that screams inflammation to your immune system. So you might be wondering, what stops all those bad signals from just flooding your liver all the time? Well, that's the job of your gut barrier. Think of it like your body's own security gate. When it's healthy, you have these tight junctions between your cells that keep the gate sealed shut, only letting the good guys through. But in a leaky state, those junctions get damaged, and that gate is just left swinging wide open.
And when that security gate fails, you get a flood. All these inflammatory triggers just pour into that portal vein and make a beeline straight for the liver. Suddenly, your liver is getting bombarded by endotoxins, little bits of bacterial DNA, and all sorts of other microbial stuff that should have stayed safely inside the gut.
Now, so far, this might sound like a pretty one-sided conversation, with the gut just hammering the liver. But remember, we said this axis is bidirectional. The liver isn't just a passive punching bag, it listens, and then it talks back. So how does the liver talk back? Well, its main language is bile acids. Most of us think of bile as just the stuff that helps you digest fat. But it turns out that's barely scratching the surface. Bile acids are actually incredibly powerful chemical messengers. These messengers, sent down from the liver, help manage the entire environment of the gut. They help regulate how you process sugar and fat, they keep inflammation in check, and, this is absolutely crucial, they actually influence which microbes get to grow and thrive in your gut. The liver is essentially the master gardener of its own microbiome.
So we have this really elegant, beautiful system of communication. But what happens when that communication breaks down? Well, this is where we start to see a really clear and direct link between a broken axis and some major chronic diseases.
And the consequences are pretty stark. When your gut microbes are out of balance, something called dysbiosis, it's directly linked to things like non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. When the gut gets leaky, it makes the damage from something like alcoholic liver disease way, way worse. And when those inflammatory endotoxins are constantly flooding the liver, it can cause fibrosis, which is permanent scarring. The takeaway is unavoidable. A problem that starts in the gut creates a very real, very serious problem for the liver.
Okay, I know this all might sound a little bit grim, but here is the really exciting part. Understanding this connection has opened up a completely revolutionary new way to think about treatment. Instead of just focusing on the damaged liver, we can now fix the connection itself.
This has given doctors an incredible new toolbox. We can use things like probiotics and prebiotics to help restore balance. There are special antibiotics that only work inside the gut to weed out the bad bacteria. We're even exploring things like fecal microbiota transplants, or FMT, which is like a complete reboot for the gut. And we're developing drugs that actually mimic the liver's own bile acid signals to help restore order.
It all points to this powerful new paradigm, this new way of thinking in medicine. The future of treating many liver diseases might not involve focusing on the liver at all. Instead, we're learning we can target the gut to heal the liver from a distance.
So if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this. The liver-gut axis is a two-way street. The health of your gut community profoundly influences the health of your liver. And in return, your liver sends out these bile acids to carefully manage and garden your gut. It's a constant